I came across something this week that fits so perfectly with what we've been talking about this entire month. Scientists recently created a detailed 3D map of the nerves of the clitoris. And one of the researchers pointed out that there's about 20 times more studies on the pineal glands than the clitoral glands. 20 times. And while the science itself is fascinating, what really stuck with me was what the gap says about whose pleasure has historically been considered worth understanding. Because think about the question we've been sitting with all this month. What do you want? That can sound like such a simple question. What do you want to eat? What do you want to wear? How do you want to spend your Saturday? How do you want to be touched? What kind of sex do you want? What actually feels good to you? But as you know, for a lot of us women, the answer is automatically, I don't know. And sometimes we treat that like an individual problem. Like we should somehow already know. Like everybody else got a handbook and we didn't. And some of our pages were missing in the one that we did. But if you look at the bigger picture, right? For generations, there hasn't been enough or even the same level of curiosity around female pleasure at the medical and scientific level. Like there are many of us that are receiving sex education that focuses on pregnancy and periods and diseases and avoiding sex altogether. We learn what could happen to our bodies without spending much time learning what our bodies were capable of experiencing. And then if you add in like all the other messages women receive about being accommodating and not asking for too much and keeping everybody else happy and being desirable instead of asking ourselves what we desire. And suddenly, I don't know what I want makes a whole lot more sense, right? Like this is why our August theme wasn't, simply about making decisions. What do you want is about rebuilding curiosity. It's noticing when your first answer is I don't know and giving yourself another minute before moving on. It's trying something and deciding nope, not for me. It's realizing something you used to enjoy doesn't feel good anymore. It's letting yourself want something without immediately deciding whether it's practical, appropriate, sexy enough, or something anybody else would understand. And yes, it's learning your sexual pleasures too. Like, what kind of touch do you actually like? What's your pace? What's the pressure? What are your turn-ons? What makes you curious? Like, what do you want more of? And what are you completely uninterested in? We deserve more curiosity about our pleasure long before 2026, right? But we don't have to wait for science, sex education, a partner, or anybody else to give us permission to become curious about ourselves now. So this question, this week, this day, this month, I want you to continue to question, right? What do I want? You don't have to know immediately. The practice is learning to stay with the question long enough to hear your own answers and then do that.